Hello and welcome back to JOSKA-SKA-SKA. I'm Sam.
And I'm Jim.
And welcome back to our Fully Coolly watching review podcast.
What Fully Coolly did we watch today?
I believe we're on Alternative, episode 3 and 4.
Yes.
So I think going into Alternative, we were kind of like, I was a little bit more positive than what the trash we went through before that.
Yeah.
But these episodes, not great.
Episode
3 was not good. Episode 4 had a lot of I hated.
I found him like fine. Like that's ultimately going to be the problem with this. It's like being being inherently connected to Fully Coolly makes them bad by default.
Yes,
because they're not Fully Coolly. But as like standalone, whatever, it's fine. It's entertaining enough. It's like animated fun. I don't hate the characters. As we were saying, the dub is good. I think the dub is actually pretty good.
All the main 4 have good voice actresses, and like we said, like we probably been joking the last episode, but like it feels like a show, like a slice of life show or a surreal slice of life show. But they remembered like, oh, we have to put Fully Coolly stuff into this, so they'll just, especially the 3rd episode, just felt like we just like copy and pasted Haru into this scene for no reason, just to have her in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are just kind of strange that Haru's in. Like, I don't know if you even remember, but the first scene in episode 3, Haru's just like in a parking lot with a bunch of dogs.
Yeah,
which that doesn't go anywhere. There isn't even like a joke about that. Like it's just like they had cute dogs around Haru.
They just have episodes of Haru have the cringiest musical segment ever, but we'll get there.
So episode 3,
Freestyle Collection,
focuses around Mo-chan, who is the
man.
her name is Man, right?
Nickname, I think name is Man, yeah.
But so yeah, she's the fat character, the overweight character.
Yes.
And so yesterday, from when we're recording this, we dropped our first episode talking about of Alternative, talking about episodes 1 and 2, and we actually got 2 comments that I wanted to like discuss briefly.
Ooh. More comment than I expected for this series.
This might be the most that we've gotten ever. Hold on, I'm trying to pull them up. But basically, we had like a kind of a long discussion about fat characters.
Yes,
and how in anime they're always portrayed very poorly.
Yeah, and most at least like until now, at least they were just always played for fat jokes.
Yeah, and there was one comment in particular I wanted to highlight. By Current Quiet, thank you for commenting. Basically just a really good comment about like certain characters that kind of actually do buck the trend. So there apparently is a character in Princess Jellyfish called Chiyoko, who her size plays like 0 role in comedy, and it's more about like and how other characters view them too, which is cool. And also they mentioned a character from March Comes Like a Lion. Who their thing, like their size related to like a disease that they have.
Oh.
But like they're portrayed as like a really positive person. And people like love him because of his size. I have seen, I think, the first season of that. I don't remember this character.
I've heard of both of these series, but I haven't like read or watched either one.
I've seen the first season of March Comes Like a Lion. I don't know if I got to this character. I do like March Comes Like a Lion. I just kind of fell off of it because sometimes I just will fall off the show. Yeah, even though I'm enjoying it. And this person, Current Quiet, does highly recommend we watch. But the other comment I just wanted to highlight too, because I thought it was funny, because it's kind of a similar take on our thing of how. So SBN Rustic said, "Not sure if I liked Alternative as much as I did just because I watched it after the giant dumpster fire that was progressive. It almost does feel like a slice of life anime that just has Haruko and Fully Coolly thrown into it."
That's really what.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Because like we like a lot of character stuff in it. It's just the Haru stuff. It's just like I'm tired of it.
I like the main group of girls.
Yeah.
I think they're a charming group. This episode starts to kind of like test my patience with them, I guess.
Yeah.
I think I like the main girl the most just because she's got like her voice role honestly is carrying a lot of my like for her. Yeah. I really like the voice actress who plays her. I think I don't know who it is, but she's very cute. Her voice is very charming.
I really like the what's it called? Like the one model friend I really liked. Like
yeah, she had the last episode.
She's been like a non-character.
Yeah, she gets a lot less focused, but like they're good as like an ensemble group. I think
Kana is voiced by Megan Taylor Harvey, so
related to Steve Harvey, presumably.
No, Steve Bloom playing.
It's related to Steve Bloom.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So
yeah, now if you want to go into like
yeah, we're in the freestyle collection. So according to the wiki, Haruko was attempting to make an extraterrestrial call via the puppies.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't really.
No one answered.
It's yeah, whatever.
And then that's basically like all you see of Haru until like the construction scene, but.
No, she comes up a bunch
later on,
episode.
but that was like the next time she appeared. But yeah, so we meet, we see like Mosen somehow has a job as a traffic director at a construction site, which I guess that you can get that job while you're still in high school.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, they're supposed to be 17.
Well, as we learned in the Fully Cool universe, you can just get a job with instantly.
It's true. It also is like a fucking fantasy anime, so
as we learned, and you need no background checks.
But so yeah, she has a part-time job, directing traffic.
She's like exhausted because it's like
yeah.
a night job. She's exhausted. She's like falling asleep while she rolls around. She falls rolls to the ground and everything, and it's funny.
So yeah, we learn a lot about her this episode. We learn that she is pretty good in the art, and she's really focused on like
more
fashion design.
More so fashion design, because under her pile of food she dumps in there, you see some pictures.
Yeah, so this appears to be something that her friends were not aware of. And like we kind of learned that this is like her whole goal here is to like live her dream, which is like basically overworking herself, trying to apply for this competition of being a fashion designer while also supporting herself and her dreams with like her part-time job.
Yes, and
that's the conflict.
Yeah, and another thing, like she also like she wants to do it herself for the most part. That's why she doesn't really ask her friends for help or anything, and she's like exhausting herself.
She's very strong-willed.
Yes.
She's like 110%, which is
if I don't do it myself, then like I don't feel like I would earn it, kind of.
Yeah.
Like,
and piggybacking off the comment and like the discussion about like fat characters, like they still do.
It's a trope a lot. It was like I was expecting when I see a trope of like a fat character or a fat female character getting into fashion, they'll be like, oh, you can't kind of thing, but that never comes up.
Yeah,
which I'm happy.
Yeah, thankfully that doesn't come up.
I thought like, oh, they're gonna do the thing where like, oh, she doesn't win because they don't like her look. I'm like, okay, they didn't do that. It was just like an actual competition.
Yeah, and it's more so like they still the issue that going back to our discussion about like fat characters being the butt of the joke. There still is a lot of jokes about her being fat.
It's
and
more
with food.
more so just she's eating nonstop.
Yeah.
And we see her because she eventually passes gets to a food coma essentially, and you see her family and her mother's like has an apron that says meat, and her siblings are also just that big and drawing food in incredible detail.
Yeah, the scene where her siblings are like drawing food, like
but they use it to try to wake her up by saying they have food. Like, okay, that's actually funny.
It was kind of funny, but it's like, okay, I guess this family's just full of fat people. Like that's the joke, I guess.
It would have been worse if like the kid drew food, started drooling, then ate the paper.
That would have certainly been something. But so okay, wait, before there's like this background plot that I feel like I have to mention it for the sake of posterity, but the prime minister is always on TV in the background, and this time she mentions that like I guess people who are under questioning, like government officials who are sus, are using these like illegal rockets to get to space, and she's like, this is a false rumor, and then Eyebrows guy is like, oh, she's lying about that. So
fake news.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's eating. She falls into a food coma, and it's probably
she's also overworked. That's the part too. She's overworked.
Yeah. Overweight. She's
overworked and overweight. Well, sounds like me.
I go where she's like kind of eating to keep herself like energized, I guess. Like
but she just she ends up like overdoing it.
But this goes to the second worst scene or weirdest scene in the episode, where they take her to the nurse office. Of course, Haruko is just the nurse for some reason.
Presumably they go to the doctor. It kind of feels like they go to the doctor, actually.
But then like Haruko just strips them all, so you see them all.
So first,
topless.
What happens? Haruko says, "All right, take off your clothes," and then the girls start to take off her clothes. Then Haruko's like, "No, all of you." So then the girls, without question, they all like throw their their underwear into the air
for her like enjoyment, or for just to perv on them.
Yeah, Haruko just pervs on them.
Hey, you got great boobs. You got great butt. You got great figure.
I have to say, this is like definitely a trope, but I love like the joke in anime of like character undresses and then throws like all of their clothes off in one motion, like because you see like
is it the Team Rocket removes their disguise and just like
and
like,
the clothes just like float in the air and like
they do that a lot in Super Sentai as well, where like the villains like disguise and they'll just do it and just like transform.
It is dumb. I love the visual of like seeing everyone's like a person's entire like wardrobe like in one motion.
It's a great gag.
Off.
It's a great visual gag.
And they use it as a way to like sexily draw panties and bras in this scene too.
But yeah, I just like why. I like it leads.
It's just a funny like haha fully coolly sex joke.
Haruko should be in prison.
Haruko should be in prison. Haruko groomer Haruko.
But yeah, they bring her back home. We see her fat family, and they basically just say like, "Hey, what if she's overworking, trying to pay for all this stuff. Why don't we help her while she's in her fucking food coma?"
So yeah, then they at night seemingly, I guess they sneak onto the construction site and then do construction work, which is funny because that's not what she's doing.
You get paid by the girder.
Yeah,
by the dirt.
Like Mosan, the fat character, she's not like a construction worker. She's doing a part-time job while the construction's happening.
And Haruko's just with them for some reason.
Like them doing her job is not going to like necessarily get her hours paid. You know what I mean? Like whatever. It's a funny joke. Like Haruko's doing construction work. But, Haruko once again. Haruko in another costume.
She's just there for no reason. But yeah, and that's when she shows up though. What's it called? Mosen shows up angry, saying like, "You didn't do it without asking. I want to do it myself, so just fuck off."
Yeah, she's very prideful. She's like this is not how my dream is supposed to go. I'm supposed to work for my dream. I didn't ask. And then the girls have a conversation where they're like it was kind of weird that she was so mad. And then the one girl who's not a character says, "Hey, maybe we should just ask permission." So then they essentially just do that.
Well, yeah. First she goes on a walk home, walks in front of the giant like pins that are in the ground, and then out of her forehead comes like a little robot with a phone.
There needed to be a fight scene. They had like a fight scene.
Just Haruko just arrives out of nowhere, just like she's just stalking in the heavens.
So yeah, it's like a little mini Conti, like a little television
phone with a phone on his head.
Yeah, and Haruko attacks it and then tries to use it to call. And
okay,
does anything happen in this scene?
Yes.
I literally forget.
Yes, we get the
Haruko starts rapping. That's right.
The cringiest scene I've ever fucking had to listen to. Or like
it was really bad.
A beat that starts and I'm like, please just say don't do that or don't rap, and then she just goes along with it like, please shit on this rap.
Haruko raps for like a full like 2 minutes,
and it
sucks.
It's horrible.
It's racist. It's racist in many ways because Haruko starts doing like she adds like the ooh sound at the end of like Japanese, well, like that when like Japanese speakers say like English words, they'll say like typing goo. She starts doing that in like all her raps.
I felt offended. I don't even like a big rap guy myself. I offended for the entire genre of rap.
It fucking sucks.
I cringed. I like mentally cringed the entire time. It's like that stereotypical like musical thing trying to be hip by having a rap just thrown in there.
I think I just started laughing hysterically like halfway into it because like, the part when she started saying like I rapu and I slapu or whatever, I like couldn't believe what I was looking at. So thank you, Fully Coolly Alternative, for making me laugh like a maniac.
Thank you for just making me cringe to death. So yeah,
racist Haruko. She needs to be arrested.
She does. There's multiple times in both of these episodes where she should be taken away in handcuffs.
When will she be stopped?
Never. Apparently, all these spin-offs are gonna keep fucking be shit out. So yeah. So basically, it kind of just leads. Like I said, she asks her for help, and it kind of leads to a montage of them all getting the fashion dress done, and we kind of just cut to the competition. And yeah, so she doesn't win.
Yeah, so I like one thing you mentioned too when we're watching. The characters have like fun outfits. The characters always have really fun outfits when they're outside.
They're casual outfits, and Mosen herself, when she's at school, always had like different kind of hair style.
Oh yeah, I thought they were gonna mention that, but they don't. But yeah, she has like highlights in her hair in this episode.
And she has something about the twin tail. Sometimes she'll just have like her hair changes. It's like a little touch. You don't see that a lot when they like. I mean, the little casual outfits are always different. I'm like, whoa, these are really good and fun designs for their casual outfits. Good job.
It kind of reminds me of like in the original series how like visually you can tell each episode apart just by looking at how Naoto looks because his horn is different or his
wears a different head.
Yeah, he's wearing a different
gear.
head thing. So I think that's kind of like the same idea of like, oh, let's give her like a unique feature every episode.
It's great.
It's a fun idea, yeah.
And then they think she doesn't win, and like, but then,
I do like her costume too. She has like. She's what's the lady from the new Pokemon? Well, I can't say new Pokemon game anymore. It's Pokemon Sword and Shield. She's like the big lady. She's the ice lady.
I know you're talking.
She kind of has like a big dress like that.
The ice lady had
and like a hairdo like that, right? I don't remember.
No, the ice lady had like the sweater. Like she had like that big thick sweater.
All right, maybe I don't know. I didn't play that game, so
I can't think of who you're possibly thinking of.
Whatever, I don't care anymore. But yeah, okay. So what happens? What happens after she loses?
Well, what's it called? So yeah, she just doesn't lose, but then the feed gets hijacked. Obviously, Haruko steals the dress and just comes up. The dress looks really dumb.
The dress does look really dumb. It's funny because
it's something that Bjork would wear.
When they first, when they first showed them working on it, it just looks like a really poofy red dress. But then they add like what appears to be like some kanji or design.
It's like
on
a kanji version of Bjork's swan dress. Like a poofy dress with the stupid stuff hanging off of it.
But yeah, it was kind of dumb looking. But yeah, Haruko also didn't realize that she was putting on There's no reason why Haruko's here. Like I'm not really sure.
She just shows up, man, when they need to have her. She's like, oh shit! It's like it means her Haruko in here. It's been seen in like 10 minutes.
It just feels like they were trying to do like classic fully cooly hijinks.
Well, yeah, because the police come in there. They do like one animation of like, oh yeah, remember when the gun scene happened and we kind of slide them in, and that's all you get for that.
Yeah, it was very much what's his name, Ishiyama.
Yeah,
or Imaishi gag.
Yeah, the DJ is now Steve Bloom's character.
Yeah, so he was in cahoots with Haruko to like cause trouble at this event.
Sure, it's not important.
Then another little fight scene happens, and then Mosan gets to have a big moment where she has a talk, and she says that she's going to become the world's top model. So unless this is like an error, like I'm sure it's not. She doesn't want to be a designer. She wants to be a model. And then they don't do anything with this. She proclaims this, and then the episode ends.
Well, because I look at the wiki to see like, okay, what are some of these intentions for these like details? And this says like she just announces she will use the winnings to continue chasing her dreams. So maybe it was just like I'm going to continue like being a fashion person or like a fashion in the fashion industry, but I don't think model was like the word. I feel like she's just gonna continue like maybe being a designer and maybe a model, or mainly just a designer, because the
implication of her being a model is so different. That's like
because that also would have been a stereotype if she was going for like become like a fashion like an actual model and then have all those stereotypical like issues, but that's never a thing, and all her talents were in the fashion making.
Yeah. Exactly. So it seems strange that unless they just wanted to reference like America's Next Top Model or whatever they said. It sounded
Tyra
like
Banks is gonna be there.
It sounded like it was trying to be like a reference to that, but I don't know. Yeah. So there's that episode.
So
said more about that than I expected, honestly.
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah.
I'm not sure if I like this episode the most out of the show. So
no,
far,
no.
I kind of liked a lot of the random things in this one. The rapping brought it down a lot.
Yeah, the rapping brought it it slowed it down way down.
Yeah, it was.
I still think I like her like the model episode the best so far.
I don't like that one too much.
I
don't know. They're all kind of hitting around the same for me, but
yeah. So
all right, let's do this one quickly.
Pit-a-pat?
I had way less to mention in this one than the last one.
So yeah, episode's called Pit-a-pat.
So episode 4.
Yes.
Which I guess is not supposed to be like a Doki Doki. Because like you know how like people, because by that I mean like the sound a heart makes, not like a reference to the video game. Because like hearts, it like. In Japanese, like the onomatopoeia for heart is always doki doki.
Yeah.
But in English, there's like a lot. There's like
like
pitter patter or like
bump bump
bump bump. I as a child I remember hearing like bump bump. But so I think it's supposed to be like a doki doki thing. Because then it goes into like the shoujo-y stuff.
Yeah.
Which I like. The title card had like a cute shoujo version of the main girl.
Yep. And like manga art.
Yeah, it was like a
They have some repeating stuff of like a romance manga, like visual wise in this.
Which I like the parts of the episode the best.
Yeah. So literally like Earth is being covered in pins. That's like the first thing because Haruko talks with the new eyebrows.
Yeah.
And
which we don't. So they're in like the like facility, or not the facility. What's the word? They're in like the secret base underground, which we don't learn until later. But apparently it's been decommissioned.
It's like an observation base now, just like kind of keeping like eyes
no one's actually working. There's no like defense force working there anymore like there was in the original series.
Yeah. So
and maybe Progressive. I don't give a shit. I fucking hate Progressive.
It was like in his house.
Yeah, that was actually in his house, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah. So basically, I get so mad because the first thing we see after Haru leaves is Haru is doing the I am going to creep on this underage kid again. 3 seasons of it to make the main character jealous so that she will have something come out of her head most likely.
Yeah. The episode should have begun like how Scott Pilgrim begins with someone saying Haruko is dating a high schooler.
Again,
that is what's
she's
happening.
moving up in ages.
Yeah, thankfully
somehow she's moving up. But I was just like, again, the audacity to do this plot line again for another episode.
It's almost like there's not a lot to the idea of Fully Cooley, and you can only really do this the same few ideas.
I was like, how dare you? I'm like, you could do this slice of life stuff and maybe just have like you don't have to do the head stuff nonstop with Haruko.
As we talked about, all the Fully Cooley stuff just feels annoying in this show.
Yes.
Like, it just feels like an encumbrance, which makes me worried about the last 2 episodes, because how these things go, the last episode is always, like, the big plot,
and I'm like
everything converging, and that's the least interesting part.
It has not been teased. I remember how this alternative, or regressive, like literally teased it so much of like the cool acting stuff is coming, like it's gonna be there. You saw that flash forward, and then this one had like no tease of it. Like nothing that come out of the head has been like, other than the Transformer stuff, has been like super like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be the super fight stuff is gonna coming soon. But
so okay, I thought of another connection to the title. So I think because the guy has like a heart condition. Doesn't he have a heart condition?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. We'll get to that. So, as you said, like we have this background
Sasaki's
foreshadowing stuff. So Sasaki is the guy that Kana, the main girl, likes.
Yes.
But she's too childish and embarrassed to admit it. He's not on the basketball team. He's like their
coach.
Yeah,
he does like the play. You know.
Oh,
play
I wrote
caller.
it down. He does oh shit, maybe I didn't write it down. He's like he's kind of like an assistant to the coach.
Yes, because they added Haru to help with the team for some reason.
So yeah, Haru is hired as the new coach. That's why she's allowed in the high school.
Yes,
but yeah, as you said, she's literally like on him. It's very sexual. She's always putting him in sexual situations.
Yeah,
and he's very embarrassed by it, like because he's a child.
Yeah,
he's a teenage boy. Like
if any girl doing anything like that comes to you, you're going to be like nervous and you know.
And as you said, all it really does is serve to make Kana jealous, and that's like the point of the fucking episode.
Yeah, because they go to one of his games. His what's it called?
One of his games, quote unquote.
Yeah, well, Haruko is like distracting like one of their members, distracting the team as well by creeping on him nonstop 24/7. I'm like, why would you hire this woman?
So yeah, there's a guy. So what's his name? Sasaki.
Yes.
He has like one guy friend who
not Ide.
Who's not Ide? Yeah, he looks just like Ide.
His name is like Ida. Is like Ida.
Ida. I think it's Ida.
I'm like, wow, good job, guys.
Like, I wonder if that was
copy and pasted, just like
because they were made at the same time by different studios.
They copy and pasted and like whited out the last letter and just like put another one there.
But yeah, so a lot of this episode has Ida being like
Aida.
Oh, Aida, okay.
Okay.
So Ida is like, I guess I don't know if he's like jealous that he's not able to like spend time with his friend. He's not jealous of like Haruko being a girlfriend. It's more he's jealous that he's not like able to be with his friend, the main boy in this episode. Maybe that's how I read it.
I thought it was more so like, oh, he's getting all this attention. The big sexual energy is distracting me. Oh no, I hit the girl on the head with the ball, but didn't cause any head thing to come out of her.
Yeah, but that felt really weird. That felt like it was a given.
Fully Cooley 101.
It just they like forgot like, oh shit, wait, we're doing Fully Cooley show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
don't forget that what's it called? Haruko gets like has an injury, and makes him put like lotion on her leg, and it's like very like weird.
oh yeah, I wanted to look that up. So she
The Liger lotion.
yeah. So what Tiger Balm? She like I've heard of Tiger Balm before, but I've never used it. Is it one of those like their website for Tiger Balm is pain happens, suffering is optional. Isn't that a quote
is that
from
a real
Yick?
I don't know.
So Tiger Balm
is it a real thing?
Tiger Balm is a real thing.
So we had that and Diet Coke appear, and he's like actually.
Oh, Diet Coke did appear. We didn't mention that in the last episode. And they also once again mentioned Dr. Pepper by name.
Dr.
So no,
Peppis.
but this was Liger Balm. That was the joke. So the Tiger Balm is like I guess it's marketed to athletes as like a muscle rub.
I mean, Japan loves their like snake oil like concoctions that are like, oh yeah, this will like definitely heal you or give you your energy shots along with your nutrients.
I wonder if this is like an Asian, if this comes from like China. It's marketed as like a sort of like it has like Chinese like characteristics on it or Chinese characters on it. But yeah, like
interesting.
And it kind of it's looking very like
we're gonna order this for last. This is how we're gonna destroy. If you're going to destroy these DVDs when we're done with this.
I'm trying to figure out where this came from because it is from Singapore. Okay, it is Singaporean. It was developed during the British colonial era, and I guess that's how it got its worldwide spread. All right, I just was curious about that, but yeah, they make a joke about Liger Balm.
Yeah.
So I guess I wonder if Tiger Balm really is like a common thing over in Asia and Japan. As like a muscle rub.
I'm not too sure, but that's interesting. I did not think that was a real. I guess it makes sense for how detailed it was.
Yeah, it was very intentionally like trying to look like that. Also, this is such a tangent, but do you know like Vapor Rub?
I know of it.
Yeah, because that is like a very like also non-proven at all. Like it is just a thing that like certain communities use.
Sure.
And they think that it's no, I shouldn't say they think.
They think it's a cure-all.
It's one of those things where like I think the placebo effect is doing a lot of heavy lifting. But you always see the commercials for it where it's like, oh, I'm sick, and then you rub it on your chest, and then because it's menthol, so it basically just opens your sinuses up because it's just like a strong scent. All right, listeners, write in. Does your family use Vapor Rub? Does Tiger Balm appear in your family?
Get this shit imported.
I kind of want to try it now. Actually,
we're gonna get shit imported for Foley. Cause thanks, Foley.
I'm gonna get a cut on my not a cut. I'm gonna get a bruise on my like inner thigh and make Sam rub Tiger Balm on it.
Go on a date like, oh no, I fell and got a thigh thing. You're gonna like rub it on with this conveniently. I have in my pocket as Tiger Balm.
My Tiger Balm that I carry around with me for just such an occasion.
But yeah, so Kana basically leaves. She goes to the soba place essentially, and like you have the what's her name the vice the prime minister talking about love. He gets angry.
Oh, Tiger Balm uses menthol. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Jim's heavily.
It's more menthol. It's more this mental thing. Okay, no, I'll never mind.
So yeah, Kana comes distressed and everything. She just like she like but she meets with what's it called? Oh no, I'm thinking about that's when we get to the prime minister meeting with Not Eyebrows after she leaves like the soba place. And when she leaves, that's when the prime minister comes in and talks to him about everything, about like you should be watching and not be like soba eating. I have allergic reaction to soba. I'm like, interesting.
Yeah. Also, she had very like Faye Valentine energy with the way that she like she's like oh I'm so attractive, and then she immediately starts talking about like a weird rash that she has on her arm. That felt like a Faye Valentine moment.
But she
but so the big thing here is
she mentions Haru.
Yeah, so she's like, there's a being out there named Haruko. Watch out for her. And then the guy has a flashback to when he wanted to fuck Haruko.
It's like a really bad porno.
Basically, she's in like a weird like space age tub that has like a million like tubes and wires going into it.
You don't have a lifeguard at your beach. This is not a beach. This is a bathtub.
It's funny because like he walks in and he's like, I wanted to see how your wound was coming, but I heard that as womb.
Your poison womb.
So I thought he walked in and said, I want to see how is your womb. And but he does want to fuck her because he pulls his pants down.
And then she pulls out she puts the shampoo cap, pulls out
another reference to Fully Cooley. She puts the shampoo hat on
and pulls out like it's basically the equivalent of like the really small Men in Black gun.
But it's like a shark.
But she's like, it is small, and like that's gonna come back and be like the Men in Black gun and just cause like a fucking.
It's gonna be a big blast.
Big thing come in small packages, kind of shit.
Yeah.
Because everybody that runs that fucking organization or works in there just always just has the smallest things come out of their heads.
Men in Black does feel like it could be an anime.
It had an animated series.
It did. It's a pretty decent one too. Very cool theme song.
It would be cool. It's a very cool concept. I know it's based off a comic. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, it is. And actually, there are 2 white guys in the comic.
Yeah, but
funny change, amazing, incredible change for the movie.
Slapman himself, Will Smith, is a good other pick as well, and Boss Coffee commercial man Tommy Lee Jones also a very good foil to him. So,
I need to watch Men in Black again.
I love seeing the visual of creative uses of aliens. Like
it's really
fun thing, but I don't think they get used nearly enough, and they had made horrible movie sequels after it too.
I liked 3. I watched 3. I remember.
I think I never saw 3. I never saw the Chris Hemsworth. God, who plays Valkyrie in the Thor?
Oh my god, I forgot about that. They did do that.
Yeah,
I'm still furious that we never got the rumored 21 Jump Street Men in Black.
I know
that would have been the greatest crossover ever.
Also, they the beginning of Men in Black 2. I think they had like Patrick Warburton and Will Smith. Like that would have been a great movie just to have instead of Tommy Lee Jones. Because like
hey Peter.
Hey, it's me, Joe. Gotta get these aliens. I can't do a Patrick Warburton voice, but
Peter.
But like and they also just the Men in Black talk. Like
this is not
I was like,
relevant at all.
Man, they negated the entire ending of that first movie too. After.
All right.
But yeah, so
anything to not talk about fully coolly alternative.
Boom. So basically, they said Haru something. We had that flashback. The guns appear, and that's basically it. So and then they're at like a park. What's it called? Kana's at a park. Sasaki shows up, and they have and Haru's there, I guess, with them as well. I think she's with them. Yeah, because something comes out of her head. No,
Haru's not there.
Haru's surprisingly not there
because she can't be there because he, the boy, her crush comes and they have a whole conversation.
Yeah. So basically, they try to do try to admit your love, either one of you. But she has a really funny. I do like she has a very deep, the detailed romance, pretty face going on there while he's trying to talk to her about everything. There's nothing going on with her.
So yeah, she has because she's trying to be cool, and her friends are basically giving her pointers about how to talk to this boy, and she does a sort of classic shoujo manga. Her face morphs into it. There's rotating roses around her head. I really like that visual. It was a funny gag.
Yeah, but her head starts hurting, and she KZOs him before any kind of confession can happen, and she runs away. So what's it called? So it was a nerve condition that he had. That's what it says.
So not a heart thing.
Yeah, it was a nerve condition.
That's dumb. Should have been a heart condition.
That's too easy. That's too stereotypical. They have to change. Once you think it's gonna be a heart condition, they gotta swerve you. So
they swerve you.
But yeah, they kind of have a private conversation inside, the equipment room essentially, and they kind of talk about everything about his condition and how she was sick when she was younger. Because that's when she spent long periods alone in a hospital, and then that's when Haruko shows up, who looks for him, and they have a glaring contest. It's really funny. They have angry energy, and what's it called? So that's when we have the basketball scene of we see him trying to shoot baskets and it doesn't work out, and they talk more. You think, oh, confession gonna happen now? That's when fucking. This pig robot basketball player bull.
He was teased earlier.
It was really weird and very not matching.
Yeah, it was strange. And then he comes in and he's just a robot now.
He sucks in Sasaki and he transforms into a Space Jam 2 evil giant
algae rhythm.
Yeah, algae rhythm creation. And yeah, then Haruko just becomes basketball lady and just has basketball game and dunks on him, and that's it.
I just want to watch all of Algae Rhythm scenes from Space Jam 2. Nothing else. Maybe the Rick and Morty part. Throw that in that compilation.
We see Haruko's ass shaking.
Haruko put it wearing the sports bra and basketball shorts, incredibly sexualized. Yes. It's funny how incredibly sexualized Haruko is in this series compared to the others. It's crazy.
I know, and I'm just
her ass. They animate her ass so you can see her underwear through the basketball shorts. I couldn't believe how intensely detailed that one shot was.
It's ridiculous, and like yeah, and there's just an excuse for them to animate basketball like feet dribbling, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, she dunks on him, and that's it. And then
So this brought up a very interesting question that maybe the basketball heads out there can solve. So she takes a step back to the 3-point line, and one of the girls is like, "Oh my god, she's gonna go for a 3-point line." Then she jumps and goes for a dunk from the 3-point line. My question is, does that count as a 3-point?
I do not believe it counts. Because you have to, if you cross the line, that literally stops it from being like a 3. Like, if your foot's over the line, no, Jim.
Her foot is not touching the ground.
Even if she jumps over that, I don't think it would count. From my basketball knowledge, it would not count.
I don't think it is possible physically.
No,
but
not even Dr. J himself could do that.
Okay, what if she jumps and then throws it while she's in midair?
No, that'd be a layup.
No. Wait, how much your points are layup?
2. 2 is when you jump up for, look, you're going for like a dunk, whatever, but you kind of just toss it up instead.
Can you dunk from the 3-point line?
Can you dunk
from the?
No, it may be from maybe during the slam dunk contest where they had like a trampoline, maybe.
All right. As alluded to above, for a player to dunk from the 3-point line, they would have to be very tall, perhaps around 7 feet, and with long arms.
All right.
There are many NBA players who fit the specification, but most players at their size do not have the coordination and athletic ability to make a jump of 23 feet.
You know what you go to check? You go to that scene from the end of Space Jam 1 where Michael Jordan's going for a dunk, but his arm stretches.
Yes. Was that a 3 points?
I don't think so.
It's very funny. There's a Quora ask. Someone said, "Will we ever see a basketball player dunk from the 3-point line?" I love its phrase, like, "Will we have the privilege of seeing?" And then somebody said, "No, it's basic physics." Like,
and it's like also like any player that size has hard enough time like running and like keeping their stamina up for a long period of time and like dealing with their body being like fucking humongous. But. So, you have anything else you want to say about that? Or...
Someone did the math and says it is technically possible. It is technically possible to do it. So the world record long jumper has jumped. He's a vertical jump of about 2.4 meters.
It can't happen. You cannot go from that. It will not happen.
Therefore, he would need almost a full meter of vertical leap to dunk a basketball. It's not unheard of. It's just very uncommon. So it technically, but I don't know.
It will never happen.
I don't know if they've made any rulings about
but
whether
what
or
about
not
the rulings of going for a dunk from the 3-point line, but your arm stretches when all the Monstars hold you in place?
Oh, someone on Reddit. Somebody asked if someone could dunk from the 3-point line, would it count as 3 points? And the top comment is they changed the rules literally right after that happens.
They've done that in like football where like something happens that's not in the rules and like they just have to change it like literally the game like the game after.
Okay, so this person says, "Yep, it's determined by where your feet last touch the ground before the ball leaves your hand." So I'm gonna say that okay, so this is completely irrelevant because Haruko doesn't even go for the dunk. She uses it as like a dunk on the bad guy.
Because there was a play, because there was a coach in football that did a thing where like they could call multiple timeouts and it called like a time runoff. So the other team just lost when they were driving out because he just did this runoff and he just ran out of time.
Huh.
And so like, but then like later in the season, another coach did it against the guy who did it, and like basically, and then they changed the rule after that where like you just like they just get a penalty for doing that, and there's no there isn't a runoff for that. Or the runoff can't end the game, essentially.
Okay.
But it's so fun. But like, it's fun. I guess it could be a thing where like, yeah, the rules would be changing like the game after that, or the season after it, because it's like it's literally insane. But so yeah, so basically, the robot's dead. She kind of talks to Saki and just says like she's not ready to go like in a relationship yet because I guess that's how she is, and she smiles and runs away. And Saki's kind of like okay, and that's it. That's the end episode.
Yeah, I didn't like this one very much. I was way more interested in our discussion about
basketball.
Like the second that she took the step back and the girl said she's in the 3-point line, my mind started racing about the possibilities.
And then Aaron,
27
and then it should have been the pillows covering "That's How I Beat Shaq" by Aaron Carter.
Speaking of it, that was a good segue. There's really like a lack of pillows music in this season. I've noticed compared to the last one.
Like I said, the wiki had like the songs and there's only 2 songs on the list for this episode.
So it was what, Little Busters, which they play at the very end.
Yeah, and then Star Overhead, the other one.
I don't remember that one. Is that the ED?
Could
Perhaps.
be, probably.
Because it was literally like the last series. There was even new ones. Like in Progressive, there were even new Pillow songs.
Yes.
It wasn't just like old ones.
But yeah,
Little Busters is a good song.
Little Busters is a very good song. That's why they use it 20 million times.
All right. I don't have anything else to say about this one. I really did not care for this episode. Just 2 more, and we're fucking done forever.
We're almost there. Anything else to talk about?
No, I'm just still thinking about like the possibility.
Shut up.
There must be a man that could do this.
Shut up. Not gonna happen. Maybe at a slam dunk contest where there's a giant trampoline just like at the 3-point.
No, it must be unassisted.
No, and the only time it's gonna happen is at the slam dunk contest, which is like the best thing to watch for basketball. The only good thing to really watch for a basketball like the feature, because you see people jumping over cars to slam dunk. Like, it's never.
All right, but what if
Oh my
Plastic Man from
Yes, Plastic Man can do it. Plastic Man can literally cheat. He can literally be whatever he wants and just win. A superhero themed sports like basketball game would be fun as hell.
Yeah, it's basically what Space Jam is.
Yes. I mean, literally, Michael Jordan at the end of Space Jam 1 is Plastic Man.
He does. Okay, yeah, it comes back around.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done talking.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You want to talk more about basketball or more about sports? 'Cause I
No.
can talk about sports if you want.
I can't actually. That's my only interest in sports. Begins and ends here.
So I guess thank you so much for listening. We're gonna plug it up.
Plug it up, Sam.
How do I turn on?
Once again, Sam has turned on the flashlight of his phone
Don't know
somehow.
how. It's just a default feature of my home
It
screen.
must be like if
my home screen just turns on when you
Oh,
have
that's
like
right, we
face
talked
towards
about
you,
this.
and I just hit it. So thank you all for listening. We got one more to go for Fully Cooley, and then I guess a gym pick, unless you guys had any recommendations. But you know what the gym pick could be.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like I'd want to do, rather than do like a long series, I'd like to maybe do a movie or something.
Yeah.
Make you finally watch Vampire Hunter D, and you'll fucking love it because it's
And-
incredible.
I'm telling you that maybe I'll get even less views than this. But
That'll be hard. Now that'll be a challenge.
thank you all for the real Chad that are listening now.
The Giga Chads out there.
Yes. Don't forget to put some comments in there. You can subscribe, hit the like, even though we can't see the ratio anymore.
True. Oh wait, no, wait. I can.
Put your
You
Jim
can. I
you
can.
Put your slam dunk theories in there.
Yeah, your slam dunk. Do you think it would count as a 3-pointer? Do you think it'd be a 2-pointer?
You can follow the podcast on Twitter or Media Jam separately. You can also join our Discord if you haven't already. And with that, I feel that's all the plugs. Unless you have anything else to go on. We have one more episode.
Yeah.
Never-
One more episode of us. 2 more episodes of Fully Cooley that I need to sit through.
Yeah. And I think that we'll see you next time, I guess. Unless you have any more basketball things you're looking up on your phone.
No, I'm on Twitter now. We should probably end this.
All right, and with that, we'll see you next time on, I guess, alternative finale, and then it'll be forever till grunge comes out or shoegaze. But yeah,
Yeah, we'll see when that
same
happens.
time as Attack on Titan season part 2 or 3. Sorry.
Yeah.
So all right, bye.
Goodbye. Next Fully Cooley Friday.